Donald Trump says that if elected as U.S. president, he will bring the same business savvy to international relations that he has demonstrated when making international deals. However, Trump's record may not be as successful as he likes to boast. Bloomberg's real estate reporter Katia Dmitrieva joins us with more on a story that she's been helping to dig around on. Thank you for joining us. You joined efforts with some Bloomberg reporters around the world and looked at his international business dealings. What's the big global story?
Well, globally, of course, like you said, through our digging, we found that Trump is not as successful in all ventures as is claimed. So whether it's in Panama, where he faces the same kind of issues in Toronto with kind of really struggling to find buyers for these units, or it's in Scotland and Ireland with golf courses where he's actually losing money in those cases, or it's as far away as Dubai. And these are issues that range from comments he's made recently in the States, whether it's disparaging comments about Mexicans or wanting to bar Muslims from entering the U.S., which would have an impact with clients in the Middle East.
Or it has actually upended some deals in Dubai, those comments.
It has. And even before making those comments, he had a lot of issues, such as in Toronto, with lawsuits, dozens of lawsuits piling up against him. And in those cases, it was really to do with people not making money on their investments.
Okay, so let's look specifically at the Toronto one. You were sifting through piles of court documents. This didn't sort of walk through the door at you, but when you went to go and see whether partners were happy with their partnership with Donald Trump, it wasn't such a happy story.
Yeah, well, this is the interesting thing. So when looking through a lot of these older cases from 2012, where it was actually investors who were going after Trump and Talon for lost money on their investments.
This is the Trump Tower in Toronto?
This is the Trump Tower in Toronto, the 65-story tower, which is right actually in the middle of the financial district. It's really hard to miss. There's a giant spire at the top of it. So, and Trump's name obviously on it. So in looking for these documents, there was a new document that had been filed in December. And this one was Trump actually filed this, Trump's lawyer filed this. And what it said was Talon wanted to rescind its agreement. So essentially Talon, the owner of the Trump Tower in Toronto, doesn't want anything to do with Trump anymore.
Whether it's take the name down, doesn't want to
management, they don't want to be managed by Trump anymore. So they're currently in mediation for that. So they're trying to find a common ground, and that's sort of ongoing at this point.
And we have about 30 seconds left, but just tell us, how many units have been sold, or it sounds like a lot of them have not been sold.
Well, this actually is a great example of sort of the troubles that face a lot of his projects is the Toronto Tower, because there are over 300 units, and it looks like Talon holds at least 50% of them still. So the developer still holds a large number of these, and if you go on MLS, you'll see that some units have been sitting on the market for over a year.
Very interesting story, and one that you should definitely put on your must-read list. This is Katia and a couple of other reporters globally taking a look at Trump's international dealings. Thank you very much.